That's exactly why Capcom won't touch it, though. They're afraid to mess up the Golden Goose. They're afraid to upset the balance. They're afraid they nerf Ryu, and they're going to get sued by the entire state of Idaho. They're afraid to buff Jamie because Jamie players can't be trusted with happiness. They don't deserve it. So the game sits. Perfect, untouched, slowly spoiling around the edges like a delicious cake left in the sun. We're not asking for much. We don't need constant updates. We don't need daily patches. We don't need Fortnite level of content injections. We need a sign of life. We need a pulse, a whisper, a breadcrumb. Right now, the only thing keeping the player base awake is Street Power. Our love for the game, watching the tournaments, the players we've been rooting for years up at this point. But hype can't run on fumes forever. What's up, party people, and welcome back to some ranked adventures with a side of Yap. And today I want to talk about Street Fighter 6 and stagnation. So Street Fighter 6, it's no secret, it's in a pretty weird place right now. By weird, I mean, the kind of weird where you open a game, stare at menus, contemplate running some sets, and then feel absolutely nothing. Not hate, not joy, not fear, just the emotional equivalent of bland, unseasoned chicken, Raising Cane's without the sauce. And the worst part is it's not because SF6 is bad, it's because it's too successful for Capcom to touch right now. It's the best day I've ever had. It's the honor students, the golden child that don't breathe on it, don't adjust anything, don't patch anything ever, or we might disrupt the cosmic alignment of the game. For the last year, Capcom has moved like a parent afraid to discipline their perfect kid, because the report card is too good. The sales are massive. The Steam numbers are great for a fighting game. Tournaments are doing better than ever. Casuals love it. Pros play it. Esports organizers, they love and hate it because, a lot of people come out for their tournaments. Because of that, we're stuck in a psychological torture chamber called stagnation. So the silent killer of a game where it eventually trips over itself, psychologically. Humans need novelty. This is not optional. It's a core part of how our dopamine system works. When something feels fresh, unpredictable, and exciting, dopamine spikes, motivation rises, and the brain says, yes, please, let's have some more of that, eh? Hey, just a spot more, of that, please, sir. Just a spot more of the skins, anything. When something stays that same for so long, even something we enjoy, dopamine stops firing, the well dries up. That's when boredom sets in, then burnout. It's the existential crisis of, do I even like this game anymore, or should I start gardening or do something else with my time, Street Fighter 6 right now is sitting in novelty limbo. We got no new patches, no new balances, no new mechanics, barely any skins, absolute zero communication from Capcom. Last meaningful drop was Sea Viper in October. And it is now painfully not October, so we're going to have to wait, another 3 months for another character? They did just drop that giant monster in Battle Hub with the cool Lena color, It's not a new skin, but it's new color. But honestly, that color is so cool that I consider it close to being a new skin, and they're just giving it away. You just have to do the thing. That's pretty cool, but it's just like a rave distracting us from, how we don't get any updates from Capcom at all. They didn't even tell us this was happening until, boom, surprise, here you go. It's like your landlord letting your ceiling leak for 6 months and then showing up with some banana bread, bro. Hey, champ, sorry about the mold. Here's some banana bread, bro. Cool ain't a skin color, though. I mean, it's probably one of the best. I mean, if every character in the game got one of those, people would be pretty stoked about it, you know what I mean? But they won't. So Capcom's strategy right now is pretty much win big and move slowly. The reason why Capcom is slow rolling everything is obvious. Street Fighter 6 is printing money for them, and they're crushing sales goals. Why patch anything? Why risk nerfing Ryu into the ground and triggering a riot? Why risk buffing Jamie and destroying the space-time continuum? Why touch anything at all right now, From a corporate psychology standpoint, this is the status quo bias. When something is working unbelievably well, the human brain prefers inaction over action. Even when action is necessary, if we do nothing, nothing bad will happen, becomes the decision-making philosophy. The problem, when you're a hobbyist, not a casual player, that inaction is devastating. People who play fighting games as a hobby, whether they're grinding for Master or Ultimate Master, Legend, running tournaments, making content, or playing few nights a week, need regular injection of novelty to stay invested. We don't need a firehouse of content, but we do need communication. A roadmap would be nice, a teaser every month for anything, balance schedules, anything that tells us that our game is still alive. Instead, our roadmap is basically you get 4 new characters a year, deal with it. That's it. That's the plan. The entire update philosophy is okay. We're going to give you Aki, Ed, Akuma. Who else? Rashid was the first one, and then, all right, we'll see you next year. Okay, here's Viper. See you in 2026, nerds. That's basically where we're at right now. We get this Avatar Battle Pass thing going on, which, oh my god. Whoever designed the current Avatar Battle Pass must live in a reality where, people love useless currency. People love colors for characters they don't own. People love grinding for emotes. People absolutely adore being gifted a color for a character they probably don't even play and not an actual outfit or anything, of novelty at all. Bro, why are we earning colors for costumes we don't have? Like, what is going on with this shit? Why does it feel like I'm being rewarded with coupons for a restaurant that went out of business in 2013, This is why people feel stagnation harder. Every new thing we get doesn't feel like a reward. It feels like a misfire. They keep giving us updates that feel more like chores than treats. And with no roadmap, no patch schedule, no sign of change, just the brain naturally shifts into anticipation fatigue. Which is why I'm making this essay right now. A known psychological phenomenon where waiting for something that never comes drains motivation faster than being told it's not coming at all. Why this hurts for the fighting game community is fighting games are built on hype cycles. New character drops, community blows up, patch hits, tier lists explode. Mechanic gets tweaked, Twitter becomes a war zone. A tournament ends, everyone rushes to training mode to lab that new squish, baby. We live off of momentum, we thrive on speculation, but we are surviving on breadcrumbs, man. Right now, Capcom is feeding us imaginary crumbs, and the community is hallucinating the bread, you know what I'm saying? Well, we don't even need big things. We need communication, a roadmap that says, okay, new cosmetics dropping in March. A balance patch will come out this June. New Battle Hub event coming this season. We hear your feedback about colors, so here's a new unlock system. Anything, literally anything would keep people's dopamine dreams alive. Street Fighter 6 doesn't need an overhaul, doesn't need emergency surgery. It just needs a little drip feed of some hype, man. It needs anything. And that hype comes from telling your community what's coming, not surprising them with the single Elena skin like Willy Wonka just tossed a chocolate bar out of his factory window and hit us in the fucking head, you know what I mean? The irony is Street Fighter 6 is too good. That's the real tragedy here. Game's amazing. Gameplay's fire. Tournaments, we all love watching Blaz, with the new tech against the Guiles and the Mai's. The characters are, we're getting good characters when we get them. The designs are great. New players are flooding in, contrary to popular belief. The Steam charts don't lie. It's the most successful and largest fighting game community that's ever existed, and it's healthier than any pretty much in existence from I know. It's arguably the most successful fighting game in history, and don't hit me with the Street Fighter 2. That's like comparing a newspaper to an iPhone comment section, guys. Shut up. That's exactly why Capcom won't touch it, though. They're afraid to mess up the golden goose. They're afraid to upset the balance. They're afraid they nerf Ryu, and they're going to get sued by the entire state of Idaho. They're afraid to buff Jamie because Jamie players can't be trusted with happiness. They don't deserve it. So the game sits. Perfect, untouched, slowly spoiling around the edges like a delicious cake left in the sun. We're not asking for much. We don't need constant updates. We don't need daily patches. We don't need Fortnite level of content injections. We need a sign of life. We need a pulse, a whisper, a breadcrumb. Right now, the only thing keeping the player base a week is Street Power. Our love for the game, watching the tournaments, the players we've been rooting for years up at this point. But hype can't run on fumes forever. And Capcom, who got the most successful fighting game in the modern era, throw us a bone, not a battle pass, a bone, please, because the game isn't dying, of course, not even close. It's growing thanks to Japan, but the hype is yawning. The community is tapping its foot, and the players are staring at the horizon, wondering when the next breadcrumb is coming. All we're asking for is a little momentum, a little communication, little light at the end of the patchless tunnel. Until then, yeah, you'll still see me logging in, making these videos, running sets, grinding, but man, a roadmap sure wouldn't hurt much, just something to talk about would be fucking cool, I am the Depressed Gamer. I need you all to be good to yourselves. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you stuck it out this long, you liked something about the video, throw your boy a breadcrumb, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Keeps me making videos, keeps me entertaining, making these videos, having fun with them. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I don't need to say more. Y'all be good to yourselves. And I will see you in the next one.